Okay, let's go driving. So I'm seated in my car. I have the seating position is already adjusted, and then I have my seatbelt on. Now it's time to leave from the side of the roadway. So the first step is to place my right foot on the brake pedal. Well, in this case I don't have to because it's not a push button vehicle. This is just the ignition key. So I turn the ignition, car starts, then my right foot goes on the brake, then I get rid of the parking brake, select drive, signal to the left because I'm leaving from the curb, then I check the rear view mirror, check all around, and then the left shoulder, then I drive off in a straight line, cancel my turn signal. At the stop sign coming up, it's a left turn. Signal to the left. Now, do I have a white line here? Yes, I do. So when I don't see the white line, that's my stopping position right there. And it's a four-way stop sign, so I check. No one there, so I make my left turn. Hand over hand steering. Left turn at the stop sign, signal left, mirror, shoulder, position myself, and stop before the white line. Check, left, right, no one there, it's a four-way stop sign. Nothing was said about making a right or left, so I'm going straight. Now, what do I have at this stop sign? White line, sidewalk, yes. Right there. Then I check to the left, then right, and it looks good, so I'm going straight across. Of course, nothing was said, so I just stopped before the white line, and it means that I'm going straight. And that's how you're treated on the driving test. If the examiner doesn't say left or right, drive straight. Now, I'm stopped at the stop sign behind the white line, but I cannot see clearly to the left and right, so I inch up. There's no one in the crosswalk. Now I can see clearly to the left, and I can see clearly to the right, and there's a vehicle approaching, so I have to wait. Now to the left, there's a truck approaching, so I'm gonna have to wait also, or I'll be history. Okay, start checking to the right again. Wow, it's kind of busy. Okay, it's good to the left and it's good to the right, so I accelerate, go right across. Okay, at the stop sign it's a right turn, and I do have a white line, so I signal to the right, check mirror and shoulder with the wheels turned to the right. Now I have a stop sign, but cars approaching from the left and right, they don't stop, so I have to make sure it's safe before I proceed, and it is. Hand over hand steering, go around this vehicle. Okay, the examiner says pull over and park your car here. You signal to the right, check the mirror and the shoulder, pull over close to the curb, make a complete stop, and this is uphill parking. Now, the examiner does not have to say do uphill parking. That's giving it away. He usually says, okay, pull over and park here, and then you have to figure out whether it's up or down. Okay, so we signal, pull over and stop. The signal is still on. Apply the parking brake, gear selector to park, and because it's uphill with a raised curb, it's one complete revolution of the steering wheel to the left, and see, it looks like the face of a clock. That's it. Now the examiner says, okay, let's go. So the first step is to straighten the steering wheel one revolution to the right, then get rid of the parking brake, place the gear selector to drive, signal to the left, check the mirror, check around, and left outside mirror and the left blind spot, and then if it's safe, and it is, drive off in a straight line, then cancel the turn signal. Now we're approaching a stop sign, have a white line, so when I don't see that white line, that's where I stop right there. And it's a four-way. That truck came before me, so he has a right of way, but he did not stop completely. So that's against the rules. You must stop completely. Four-way, check, nobody there. I'm off. Okay, I'm gonna take the opportunity to do uphill parking once more. So this is going up a hill here, so the exam says pull over and park. Signal right, mirror shoulder, pull over close, make a complete stop, wheel straight. Apply the parking brake, gear selected to park, uphill with the curb, 1 revolution to the left. Examiner says, okay, let's go. Straighten the wheel, 1 revolution to the right. Get rid of the parking brake, press the gear selected to drive. Signal left, mirror, mirror, blind spot. Drive off in a straight line. Cancel the turn signal. Now as you can see, this is downhill, so it says pull over and park. Signal to the right, mirror, blind spot. Pull over, close to the curb, make a complete stop with the wheel straight. Apply the parking brake, gear selected to park. Downhill parking with a curb, with a raised curb, or even if there was no curb, it's 1 revolution to the right. So, hand over hand, 1 revolution to the right. Cancel the signal, and you hold the steering wheel and wait for the examiner to say, let's go. Okay, let's go. First step, 1 revolution to the left to straighten out the wheels again. Release the parking brake. Gear selected to drive. Signal to the left. Mirror, mirror, blind spot. It's safe. Drive off. Now in this case, this car is in the way, so the signal stays on. And I go around him. And of course the signal went off on its own. Okay. Now make sure you keep both hands on the steering wheel during the driving test. There's no one hand steering on a driving test, no matter where you go. It's got to be both hands. And it's a 9 and 3 position. Some people say 10 and 2, but the preferred position is 9 and 3. Okay, turn the car around here, meaning a 3-point turn. Signal to the right, mirror, shoulder, get close to the curb, make a complete stop with the wheel straight. Signal to the left, prepare the car for doing this, get all the turns to the left, then you check the mirror and everywhere, make sure it's safe, because if a car is coming, you don't want to do this in front of that car, they could actually hit you. Okay, go as close to the other side as possible and stop. Don't hit the curb, put to reverse, get all the turns in to the right, and it's okay to turn, stop and turn the wheel. Check like crazy as you're backing up. If you hit the curb back there, you fail. Have enough space, put to drive, get all the turns in. You don't want to be moving because you could actually hit the gas too hard while you're turning the wheel and then you hit the curb, and I've seen it happen quite often with people on their driving test, and of course they fail because they hit the curb. Okay, so far we have done uphill, downhill, 3-point turns. I'm gonna try to do as many topics today in this lesson, because most likely everything I've done so far, you will have to do that when you go for your driving road test. And I forgot to say stop signs and stop in positions, because I talk about your stopping position at the stop sign, so you know exactly how to stop your car. And this is not just for the test. This is how you're supposed to drive, period. So whatever I'm showing you is not just because you're going for a road test. Those are the rules of the road, and that's what you need to be doing once you get your driver's license. Okay, at the stop sign ahead, it's a left turn. So I put my signal onto the left, and what do I have here? A white line? Yes, so when I don't see the white line, that's where my stopping position is, right there. Check, nobody. Hand over hand steering. At the stop sign coming up, it's a right turn. No, right there. But I cannot see completely to the left. I can see to the right, can't see to the left, so I turn the wheel slightly to the right and inch up so I can see properly. Now it's safe to the left and it's safe to the right. No bicycles approaching. And now I go. Now the next street down, it's a left turn, and hopefully there'll be a car there so I can actually practice parallel parking. No one approaching, so I can make my left turn. Okay. Now let's look for a parking space. Is there one here? Yes. So we're gonna parallel park behind this SUV here. So my right signal is on. Pull up alongside the vehicle, no more than a half a meter, 2 feet. Stop when the back of my car is in line with the back of this car. Place the gear selector to reverse. Now I need a 3/4 revolution of the steering wheel to the right, so the 12 will end up where the 9 is, right there. Then I hold the wheel at this position, check like crazy everywhere, back up until the front of my car is in line with the back of this car, but of course at an angle, and I stop right there. Get all the turns into the left, then let the car do the job. Just bring it in until it is straight, all the way in. And you check like crazy. Now it's straight. Place the gear selector to drive. Now the wheels are turned like so, so I need to straighten it. Clock. Then clock again, the wheels are straight, and then I inch up. And you always leave sufficient room so you can leave. Apply the parking brake, gear selector to park, and we're done. Now if my video dies, the camera dies, please don't hate me. Just give me a like and subscribe based on what you've seen so far. Okay, so this is the actual test, and now the examiner says, okay, let's go. By the way, sometimes once you line up the car and you take that turn and you start to come in, the examiner will know if you know what you're doing. So in a lot of cases, on the way in, the examiner will say, okay, let's go. So if he says, let's go, don't continue the parallel park. That's how you'll end up failing. When he says, let's go, you stop, put the gear selector to drive, signal, check, and leave. Now, if you just, when he says, let's go, you don't signal or you don't check properly, that is a fail. Okay? So right now, I have sufficient room to get out. So I'm just gonna get rid of the parking brake, place it to drive. If in doubt though, the idea is to back up, especially if there's nothing behind you. But right now, I will need at least 1 full revolution, but I'm gonna use the same 3/4 turn as I did when backing in. So I signal, mirror, blind spot, and now I'll take a 3/4 turn. And no, I'm gonna need more than that because I'm actually closer. So you turn as much as you need to get out, and then you recover. And that's basically it. Now let's practice parallel parking again. Signal right, no more than 2 feet away, back bumper to back bumper, right There, put to reverse, 3/4